Welcome to Dice Uphill, the Blood Bowl podcast, just hoping for a push. I'm Darren Olson, and I am here today to stream some semi-final USA Bloodweiser Soda Pop League Season 35 semi-final playoff action. Yes, that is what I am here to do. I made the playoffs miraculously after a horrible start. And I will be playing the other host of Two Dice Uphill, Onigoku, in the first round, as my Wood Elf team will be playing his Underworld team, but that is not what we're here to watch today. Today we are here to watch the other matchup. Steeler Daddy's Norse team faces Serlin's Dark Elf team that I thought was Slan for a long time because it has Slan in the name, and I didn't pay attention to the Slayer part of that name. He is Slaaneshi Slayers, not actually Slaaneshi that slay. So, 4 teams make the playoffs. The winner of this game will be going on to the finals to meet either my Wood Elf team or Onigoku's Underworld team. So let's go ahead and take a look at these two teams that will be going head-to-head today. So I actually streamed a couple of Steeler Daddy's Norse games this season, so I'm fairly familiar with the team. I got a draw against them in the regular season. He has a lot of tackle. He has a very interesting Norse build. No werewolves, no Ulfwarners. He has a Mighty Blow tackle berserker, a tackle berserker, and then he supplemented Frenzy. Frenzy is not something you usually need more of on a Norse team. He doesn't have the werewolves though, so yeah, he's taken Frenzy on 2 different linemen. I think he only had the one before, so this one must have just leveled up. But tackle Frenzy there, Mighty Blow Frenzy there. Usually, if you get strength, a double on a lineman that's not double 6s, you're going to go with guard, because this team has a hard time getting guard access. But he went with Mighty Blow. What is this? I'm still learning some of the skills. I'm getting better. Okay, that's Dirty Player. So there's a Dirty Player lineman, a kick lineman, that's always good, and then 2 more tackle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tackle on this team. Let's see what these injuries are. Niggling. So at armor 7, that's huge. A niggling injury is something I would definitely be targeting, especially on a Mighty Blow piece. This other tackle also has a niggling injury. We got an unskilled Yeti, an unskilled runner, and then a runner with dodge and nerves of steel. Alright, so let's go take a look at the Dark Elf team now. Totally killing Slaanesh worshippers. I was out of town the week I was supposed to play this team, so I am not very familiar with them. Let's take a look at this. 1 runner, 4 blitzers, 2 witch elves, and an assassin, which a lot of coaches will not go for. So runners start with dump off, and he's also taking pass to make that dump off a little more reliable. Dump off, of course, when you're about to get hit, you can declare a pass action with the player when that player is about to get hit. This blitzer starts with blodge, has sidestep, starts with block, has rolled doubles. No doubles. Just dodge and sidestep. Then -1 armor, so he's down to armor 7, like most of his team. Dodge on the other blitzer, Now, ooh, plus agility on 2 of his blitzers. Wow, so he has 2 agility 5 players on this team. This one has dodge and guard. So that's 4 blodge players right there. 2 agility 5 players. 2 wrestle linemen. This one's missing this game, so not going to worry about that one. What was this? That's kick. Good skill to have. Guard on that lineman. Then this witch elf is a rookie witch elf. Oh, did I skip this one? I skipped this witch elf. Alright, starts with blodge. And jump up. And you gave him block. So, yeah, there's another blodge player for you. And then we're just a rookie one here. And then an assassin. So shadowing and stab. Stab is not bad against armor 7. So I don't know if he just hired him for this matchup against Norse. If so, I think it's a valid strategy. 0 out of 6-star player points. I mean, basically, instead of rolling a block, you just go up there and make an unmodified armor roll. So 8+, and he's breaking armor. Okay. Actually, let me go look at his statistics, see if that tells me how many games he's played. Match is 0. So it looks like he hired him just for this game. Probably will keep him if he's meeting me in the finals, since I'm playing Wood Elves. Speaking of skills, I do have 1 skill pending. It is Wood Elf lineman, line elf as I like to call them. Just a normal skill. As you can see, I have 1 line elf with block. 4 of them have dodge. 1 of them has blodge. 1 of them has wrestle. So we can go. So I'm playing Underworld this next week. Dodge, block, wrestle, kick. All worth taking. So I have that up. The poll is up on Twitter if you would like to weigh in. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's see. Am I able to tell if they've started yet? I don't know if I can tell from here or if I have to go search for their game. Because they were supposed to kick off at 5 Eastern, which is 4 Central, which is where I am, here in lovely Austin, Texas. So, let's go ahead. How do I want to do this? Just go search for Serlin. Ball TV. Search for match. A coach name. No result. Let's just make sure I get results if I... Okay. So this is how I will do it. But since they are not ready yet, let me go find something else to talk about. Boom. Boom. So let's go look at Warpstone FC. My opponent for... We will be streaming Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time. We also had a tie in the first round, or I shouldn't say the first round, the regular season. So let's see. He still needs to level up his thrower as blodge. And he has 1 with block, extra arms. He has 1 tackle piece. So that helps me with all my dodge. that he only has one tackle. I mean, he may end up taking tackle on this thrower. It wouldn't be great for overall team development, but if he's just worried about this upcoming match, it might be good. I think I care more about winning these playoffs than a lot of these coaches do. A lot of the ones here are just, they want to get through this intro in the newbie league to get on to the next round or the next league in the USA Bloodweiser. So Soda Pop is our entry league where new teams start, and then those new teams can move on to the more advanced league. A lot of goblins. He is running 14 players compared to my 11. But of course, that's a lot of stunny goblins. But I don't have Mighty Blow or anything, so... just the one leveled up with plus movement. His Workstone Troll died in the previous game against the Norse, where they had a battle for... we streamed it here last week. They had a battle for the #1 position, and Oni Goku won, and his prize was playing me in the first round because I was the 4th seed. And let's see what else we can look at here. Anything interesting? So we've looked at both teams' rosters. You know, I wonder... Go to USAB. I want to see who won in the regular season between these teams. So Soda Pop season 35 schedule. All right. So I'm looking for Slaneshi versus. My arse is freezing. So in the regular season, it looks like the Norse team was victorious. 2-1. Check out statistics here. Dice rolls. I always like looking at dice rolls. Or does it not? Oh. Maybe when we left the league, the dice rolls left with us, because, yeah, that's not telling us much of anything. Weird that the star player points and everything else was there, but... So we don't know how they rolled. Actually, I kind of doubt that this is accurate either. 50%, 50%, 50%. I'm guessing the 2-1 result is accurate, though. Unless this was a... This might have been a forfeit. No, because it wouldn't be 2-1, it'd be 2-0. Right. Oh, no, because this is the one I forfeited, was 2-1. Just out of curiosity, let me go find one of my other games. Okay, so all the stats and dice rolls are in for my... Okay, so it must have been a forfeiture. Right, so we're not even going to count that game. So this is a brand new matchup. They did not play in the regular season. Now, the Norse did get the concede victory, but... doesn't really count in my book when we're trying to determine who might win this game. Schedule... Alright, so let's go back. They should... be starting any second now. Serlin is saying he is ready. So we're just waiting for Steeler Daddy. And I am waiting for an answer from the server. Internal server error. That sounds good. One thing I didn't look at or pay attention to is team value. I think Serlin has about 200k on all the rest of us. In that case, I would expect, if it's 200k, I would expect the Norse to take a wizard and a babe, but they surprised me in their last game. They took Apo, trying to keep their players healthy, so we'll see what happens. Layoffs. While we're waiting, as I mentioned earlier, Onigoku and I will be streaming our semifinal match, my Wood Elves against his Underworld, Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time here in the United States. Winner will go on to meet the winner of this game for the finals. Also, if any of you happen to be in the area or want to travel to Austin in a week and a half, August 18th and 19th, our Southern Central Oracle Bowl, Scab. We have a 2-day tournament, 5 games. Oh, looks like they're kicking off. All right. Yep. So, I also have Winter War. And it will be the Saturday of the Super Bowl here in Austin. I've done that one. This is my first year doing Scab. I've done 2 years of Winter War. You can make it out to Austin. It's a great city. Plenty to do, plenty to eat. Alright, let's hit control a couple times, get those skills up, the grid up. The referee has been bribed. Is there a way for... Trying to figure out if there's a way for me to see what the inducements were. So he did take another apothecary again. I don't... Oh, so he took an apothecary and a bribe with his 200k. Okay. And it looks like Serlin has the +1 fame. This is 2 wrestle linemen along with a guard up on the front line. I'm going to switch views here, because it looks like Norse is receiving. So I do find it interesting he's still going with his guard on the front line there. Probably would have put one of my, like my Lodge Blitzer or something. because the guard isn't going to help these guys not get hit. Perfect defense. Well, let's see how he takes advantage of perfect defense here. So pretty standard. Actually, that is a little different than usually for this kind of setup. Those two. So you have both the outsides facing that diagonal, both the insides facing that diagonal. Usually you have this type of formation to try to protect people in the back. Ooh, use kick and still ended up with a touchback. So he still kept a guy in front of the Yeti. Which I guess keeps him from blitzing, but still, you're getting a free mighty blow hit on a lineman there. I would have made him use his blitz. Now this is a better use of the guard. Still gonna get hit, but it's a better use of it. Then putting it right in front of the Yeti. Alright. So you got the ball easily because it was kicked out of bounds by a team that has kick. Again, no werewolves or all foreigners on this Norse team. Come up and get 2 dice on this first hit. And he gets the POW. One thing I have noticed about this Norse coach, he seems susceptible to frenzy traps to me, but he never has that problem because he always gets the block he needs on the first hit. Or he just rolls decently on a 1-die or something. Not that a 2-dice hit on the second frenzy would have been bad for this Yeti. Just something to watch out for as we go forward. Oh. Oh. See, there we go. There we go. That is what I am talking about. I mentioned it and then it happened. How great is that? What kind of insight you expect, right? Yeah, that was... That is not where you want to use your blitz. That is not how you want to use frenzy. You always need to be thinking about the second hit when you have frenzy. But I played him once, and I watched him play Oni Goku last week, and yeah, I've seen him make tons of those type of hits without any repercussions. So I'm actually a little Schadenfreude. Dark Elves are a little more beefy than a lot of the other elf teams, than all the other elf teams. A lot of people will play them more as a bashy team. Hello, Oni Goku. Don't know if you just saw it, but I called Steeler Daddy's Frenzy Trap tendency, and then he went and did a 1-die block that he had to re-roll because it was a skull. Got a push, and then the Frenzy took him into a 2-dice uphill, which was a POW skull. So, oh, you can't hear anything. Alright, well, fine then. Then I will stop talking to you. At least, in this stream. While I continue to talk to you about how I'm not going to talk to you. Alright. So we have a KO lineman on both sides now. Well, that's a KO berserker. So put a little pressure on the ball, but didn't use his blitz there. Okay, he did blitz with tackle, so that was smart. Whenever you're hitting someone with blodge, they either need to have wrestle or tackle. Otherwise, the odds are just so slim of actually getting them to go down. Unless all you want is a push. That was an okay frenzy hit. He still would have had 2 dice on the next hit. He might have even been hoping for another push to then get 2 dice on this guy. But you can't just expect or hope for that second block to work out. So, you get a POW, you take it. We got these 2 agility 5 blitzers. See how those come into... Ooh. He fouled with his dirty player and got an injury. I missed what kind of injury that was. I think it was just a badly hurt. It's on a witch elf. Man, for a playoff game, you need to consider using your APO there. On a witch elf, you want to bring her back in. Because if you use an APO on and the end result is a badly hurt, which you already know you can choose badly hurt here, they go to your reserve box and can come back in. If you use your APO on a KO'd player, they'll stay on the pitch stunned. Alright, and I mentioned it the last game, but I'll mention it again for any new viewers. This red radiating from this Yeti is his disturbing presence, which will cause any opponent... Sorry, I'm watching this frenzy happen. Alright, any opponent's pass, intercept, or catches to be affected by that disturbing presence, and you subtract 1 from their d6. So if a dark elf tries to intercept, pass, or catch within this Yeti's sphere of influence or grid of influence, they will have disadvantage. Not disadvantage in the D&D sense, but... Alright. 2-die block, POW. That was a good bounce for the Dark Elves. Man, I don't know which of these teams I'd rather play in the finals. Steeler Daddy's Norse just have so much tackle that counteracts all my dodge. I have a feeling he would just beat up on me, whereas... Oof. Well... So he failed to go for it. So he had the dodge skill built in. That worked. It was the go for it that he fell. Okay. I just don't know how I deal with all this agility 5 and feels like he's just a better elf team than my wood elf team right now. Which he does have about 200k in team value on me. Another KO. So that's 2 KOs and a badly hurt. So the pitch is starting to favor the Norse here. They are glass cannons. Knock him on the ball again. Well, those were fortuitous bounces for the Norse. That ease. I mean, if it bounces over here, that's caught even in a tackle zone. Because it would just be what, 3+, 2+. Well, 3+ in the tackle zone. Anyway, picks it up with sure hands. Well, he didn't need the sure hands, but he picks it up with his runner that has sure hands and dodge and nerves of steel. And he's going for the foul. With only 1 assist, I don't know if that was something I would have done, but he is going to keep doing it because he has a bribe. And the advantage right now, so he wants to capitalize on the advantage. So exactly was that roll? So that was a both down on somebody without block. I might have said the Yeti had Mighty Blow earlier. And no, he just has Claw right now. He does not have Mighty Blow yet. With a non-double skill up though, that should be his first skill, Mighty Blow. It's weird that he starts with both Claw and Disturbing Presence, which are mutations, but he does not have mutations access, even on a double. Okay, he needs, at this point, to stop giving the Norse hits. Being down 2 or 3 guys. He needs to take his hits where he can, and then keep himself from getting hit. I don't know if all the pressure... I liked the pressure on the ball earlier when he was getting it. Now he's out of rerolls. Oof. This was looking really good for Sterling early, but now not so much. I mean, especially with his agility 5, he can still do a lot of stupid elf stuff, but at some point the numbers are just going to overwhelm him. he doesn't start getting some removal of his own. And stem the bleeding. Alright, oh! And he's injured. Yeah, okay, well. I guess it was good that he didn't use his apothecary when I said he should have on the Witch Elf. Okay, I understand wanting to protect your plus agility players. Yeah. Yeah, that. And now that player will come back into the game because his second April roll was a badly hurt. So he goes to reserves. Shouldn't rub my eye. I had to clean up some dog stuff earlier. I have chemicals on my fingers. See, I tell ya, he falls into these frenzy traps. Maybe he didn't realize this guy had sidestep. I think tactically, like, how I play my Wood Elves versus how he plays his Norse, I would prefer that matchup coach-wise. But because he has so much tackle, his team is just better suited to beat mine. With how much dodge I've been taking on the Lion Elves. Once again, this is the semi-final match of the USA Bloodweiser Soda Pop League. The winner of this game will go on to face the winner of myself and Oni Goku, who are playing our match Friday at 1 p.m. Central. I don't hate the idea of dirty player on Norse. Usually there's some other skill I want to take. Tackle. But he has so much tackle now. Which we saw ended the Dark Elf's turn last turn. Alright, so 4 more turns for the Norse to score. They have plenty of movement to do it. I think he needs to start using this assassin for his blitzes. Now, the crappy part about that is if you don't break their armor, you're standing next to him. But he's putting all his players next to him anyway, so yeah, there you go. Wait, did you do a 1-die blitz instead of the actual stab? I mean, it worked. And now he can do 2 dice with his Witch Elf. The Dark Elves will certainly take just stopping the Norse in this first half. 0-0 would be fine with them, I think. See, he properly sets up his frenzy. KO, alright. This is where we'll see if, with 3 players KO'd, we'll see if not taking the Babe and taking the Apo was a mistake from the Norse. Wild Animal on the line, so you'll take the push. If you had pushed him here, no, that guy's in his tackle zone. Sorry, thought there was a way for 3 dice there for a second. Stunned. Heartbringer Le Romantique. Alright, so that frees up an opening here, but he was smart and put a safety back. Another stun. Elton, son of Confucius. Oh, he's gonna go foul. Oh no, he needs this hit first. Are you gonna do the hit with your dirty player instead of fouling? Or do you bring this guy over for a blitz? Nope, he took the hit. Alright. Well, now you sidestep up here to get away. And to take this path away from him. Yeah. Oh, and then you just stay there. Okay. Interesting. I mean, you have a little bit of a cave going there, but that's 6 movement. Well, 7 movement. I mean, you need to start moving up. You can get there in 2 turns, but you need to make progress this next turn. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult. Hello, murderous strategist. How are you doing today? That is a good Blood Bowl name. We are watching a semifinal game between Stiller Daddy's Norse and Serlin's Dark Elves. The winner of this will go on to face the winner of my Wood Elf team and Onigoku's Underworld team for the finals. Ooh. Well, the 2 dice uphill worked. Oh, no it didn't, because he has dodge and he did not have tackle. And then he failed the dodge away, and he's out of rerolls. Okay, now that does move him a square back, so he cannot get to the end zone in 2 turns without using a go for it. He needs to make some forward progress, and by he, I mean the Norse team. They need to make some forward progress this turn. He tried to just move his Yeti and failed that. The Norse Yetis do not lose their tackle zones when they fell their wild animal. So he still has his tackle zones, but he does not get to do anything. Of course, if it's just a move action, you have to roll 4+ on wild animal. If it's a hit or a blitz, it's a 2+. Okay. Looks like he can make a path through here now. I don't know if he can make a... Ooh, I probably would have moved that guy after that hit. He's thinking about the foul. That's what he's thinking about. He's out for blood. But in a playoff game, Seems to me like you really need to be concerned about scoring in these next 2.5 turns. The Dark Elf team does have 2 Agility 5 players. One of them is still on the pitch. The other one was injured but APO'd back into a badly hurt, so he will be back after this drive. Okay. Not a perfect cage, but it'll do. I still would have moved this guy 1 square. Yep, see, but he wanted the foul. And it didn't do him any good. Doesn't have any guard up here. He can easily get a 1-die block. I mean, easily for Elves. But he would want to do it with his... Well, I was going to say he'd want to do it with his wrestle, because it's a blodge guy he's trying to hit. But he just uses wrestle to get up there for the assist, so... He might just be trying to put as much pressure as he can on and not take the risk for the hit this turn. Yeah, that looks like to be what he's doing. Oof. Ooh, that was brutal. That was a brutal result there for that 2 dice. All he wanted was a push and couldn't get it. I mean, of course he wanted more than a push, but... Alright, I mean... Put yourself in a decent cage up here. Alright, Blitz gets the POW. I am sure he is going to foul that Agility 5 Blitzer. Yep. Run, run, run. Alright, it's going to be hard to stop them on turn 8 from scoring now. Yep, move the Yeti. Get some hits in. Boom. Get another hit here with the tackle piece, then he will move the dirty player up to foul that blitzer. May try the 1-die first. Nope. Alright. And he gets a KO. Alright. And that was thanks to the dirty player, I think, because he rolled 7 on the injury. So the +1 from dirty player pays off. Gets a push. Probably would have pushed him there. It's fun to second guess everything, isn't it? Alright, yeah. Dark Elves, they just need to preserve themselves for the second half now. Dodge this guy out, maybe a 2 dice there. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'd do that. Dodge 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can get a 1-die hit with that Witch Elf if you don't fail that dodge. Alright, well, enough of that. I mean, would have just rolled the 1 up here, I guess. So much tackle on this Norse team. He definitely saw that there were a lot of elf teams in this league and built accordingly. Oof, a death on a Witch Elf. I mean, it was an unskilled Witch Elf, but I mean, with a reroll left, you have the luxury to take all these hits before scoring. Now, I wouldn't do the foul, because just on a double your turn ends. Boom. Stunned. Not that that really matters, but it matters in the sense that it wasn't a KO, and he's just going to score. Alright, so Norse take a 1-0 lead. Unless we get a riot here, I don't think we're going to see a 1-turn touchdown from the Dark Elves. Let's see. They have some side steps, so maybe they'll attempt it. It'd be difficult, though. They're down. Alright, how many players did the Norse get back? The Norse got back 2 out of their 3 KOs without a Babe. So let's see, the Dark Elves are down 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 players. Switch over to the Dark Elf side of things. I'm okay lining the Assassin up against the Yeti. Yeti only has 8 armor. I'll take that stab. Okay, guess he's not going to let him have it. So what 3 linemen is he going to put up front here? So 2 with tackle and 1 that's unskilled. Okay. So let's see, does he go for the 1 turn? Got your plus agility guard, your other plus agility. Let's see where the kick goes. He did leave a path open that he wouldn't have to dodge through. That is strange. Quick snap. Actually, that helps. That helps with the 1 turn. You move all these guys. Yeah, there you go. So how many pushes do you need now? 'Cause there's your 7 movement blitzer. That's who you're gonna try to push. So you need to get 3 squares of push. It looks like he's not even going to try it. It would have been hard with no rerolls. Yeah, yep, there's that blitz. Didn't want to hit with somebody without tackle. Now you can take the hit. Although I might just go get a free star player point before I hit with someone without. Oh man! That is a lot of ones by this Dark Elf team in the first half. Alright, well, they receive in the second half. Let's see what they got for their KOs. Looks like all the KOs are coming back. Oh, no. One Dark Elf is still out. Dark Elf with Wrestle. But the Norse got all of theirs back again for the second game in a row. They do not take a bait, but still get all of their KOs back. All right. So, what do you do if you're the Dark Elves? Do you try to get 2 scores, or do you play for overtime? I think you play for overtime. Although you only have 2 rerolls compared to the Norse 3. The Norse have not even had to use their bribe yet. Still have both apothecaries. Ugh. The Norse are in much better shape than the Dark Elves. So maybe playing for overtime isn't what you want to do. But I don't know that you want to go back on defense right away either by scoring quickly. Let's see how these first blocks fall. That would determine my strategy. If I can start getting some player removal, maybe I grind it out. If I don't remove anyone right away, I probably just go for the quick score. Go back on defense, hope for a blitz. Hope my agility 5 blitzers can do something impressive. Elfie. Yeah, you couldn't even get the cheese pletion to level that guy up. So I'd keep the assassin up there. Armor stab on armor 7 is good. Yeah, go get a bunch of hits. Both teams, I believe, have kicks still. So you could be in trouble here if he aims up here and gets a blitz. Yeah, so he's aiming there. Cheering fans. Okay, the Dark Elves get an extra team reroll. So he aimed here and the ball. Okay. Non-bad position. Stab only gets you a stun, unfortunately. Unfortunately, if you're the Dark Elves, not if you're the Norse. Pow. Generally, you don't want to hit straight ahead like that. You want to set up the other blocks, but you got the POW, so it didn't matter. Now this guy should hit over here. Oh, now you're only going to get this one other block. Well, and your blitz. Okay. So, now I probably come up and... Ooh, he got an injury. Badly hurt. Does he use an APO? I wouldn't. Alright. Probably blitz this guy. Yeah, here it comes. Got it. Keep him in a tackle zone. 2 tackle zones. So he can't just go wherever he wants where he stands up. Let the wrestle over for a little bit of ball protection. Now, it'll be interesting to see if he goes for the cheese pleation here or just picks it up with his runner. Okay. Oh, no. He might be going for the cheese pleation. Because this does level this guy up, but it's a playoff game. Oh, no! You don't reroll that, dude. Don't waste a reroll on this. Please don't. He's thinking about it. He's thinking hard. Okay, good. Yes, that was... I know you want that star player point, but it is not worth, in a playoff game, using a reroll. When you're that safe. The Norse can't pressure you back there. Okay. So the Norse still have the pitch advantage. 2 extra players on the pitch right now. Oh, another death. On one of his plus agility players, and he already used his APO. Oh, man. I lost plus strength Mighty Blow War Dancer earlier in the season. It was not fun. He rolled a 6 on a 4+ to move his Yeti. Man. It was looking alright for this Dark Elf team after their first, or their turn 9. But, wow. That changes the complexion of this for sure. Oof. Alright. Now, I don't know about manning up the assassin. Because it's not a 1-die block, it's a stab, which he rolls an 8+ and you go down. Alright. What do we do now? Where do we go now? Where do we go? Yep, see, there it was. Just stunned, but that's why you don't man up assassins. Especially when you're armor 7. Alright. Analyzing his other hits. Is the Yeti really worth it for Norse? I would have went with the werewolf before I went with the Yeti. He has no he hasn't taken any werewolves on his team, which I find strange. I like the Yeti as a big guy. Oh man, dude. Yes, reroll that one. Oh man. Well, to be fair, you were asking him to make a 4+ catch. because and you were asking if the Yeti was worth it. It caused that catch to fail because of Disturbing Presence. I like the Yeti when I'm running Norse. He gives you some much needed strength and guard access, which you don't get a lot of. There's not a lot of players that you take guard on as one of their first couple skills on Norse. If you take the werewolves, you want to take block or wrestle on them first, and then maybe guard. Berserkers, you consider taking guard, but really you probably want to take tackle. And in the PC game, you want to maybe go the piling on route since they already have jump up. The Yeti gives you that strength. You probably want to take Mighty Blow with your first level up and then guard, because Claw Mighty Blow is just an amazing combination. But I probably don't start with them. I like having both werewolves and both berserkers in my starting build. I think those are really the bread and the butter of the Norse team. Oof. So he has to choose this, and now if I'm the elf... Oh! He actually re-rolled, got the loner re-roll, and then rolled double skulls. Yeah, no worries, Murderous Strategist. Anybody has any other questions, feel free to type them into chat. I think I've covered the Norse on one of our podcasts. I don't remember which one right now, but... Norse are my favorite team. Team I have the most experience with, so I have no problem talking about them. And obviously, you know, there are a lot of ways to build the Norse, which is one of the reasons I like them. It's just, I mean, I don't want to keep harping on it, but not taking the werewolves is such a weird strategy to me. Oh yeah, they're glass cannons for sure. With armor 7, you want to hit but not be hit. Try not to end your offensive turn in your opponent's tackle zones. Let them man you up, and then take those hits. But don't man up their teams usually. Now, I mean, that depends on the team you're facing. If you're facing Elves and they don't have a lot of block, sure, man them up. But if you're playing against Dwarves or Orcs, you can't give them free hits. Okay, Wild Animal failed. One thing about Disturbing Presence, it doesn't matter if you're prone or stunned, your influence is still out there. So any pass, intercept, or catch roll from the opposition within those 3 squares in any direction will have a -1, and that is why he failed the catch with the assassin earlier. And speaking of the assassin, he has just been KO'd. I do think the assassin was a good pickup for this game. When you're going against armor 7, stab is a good skill. I don't think he took advantage of it enough in the first half. It's probably not something he's used to having on the team. Alright, so if I'm the Dark Elves, I probably try to stall for a couple turns. Because I could score on defense as a Dark Elf team in 3 or 4 turns. It is difficult, especially if I kick deep, for the Norse to score. Not impossible. I mean, they're 3 agility, 6 and 7 movement. But for them to score on offense... Oh, another injury. on his guard piece. Badly hurt, no long-term effect, but it affects this game. Okay, that might change things for me. I might just go score now. This piece does not have tackle, so yeah, I probably just dodge away and score. Okay, yeah. So you just got the game recently. I mostly play on the board game, not so much on the computer version. I did play Bretonians a lot last season in our local league, and I got very lucky on the skill up rolls for them. Alright, well. He takes some insane blocks, and he hasn't had to pay for it. I mean, he does have block, whereas this guy doesn't, so a 2-die uphill isn't the worst thing ever, but I don't know if I would have done that. As a new player, I recommend Googling the art of blocking. That will help you set up assists and get hit less. So you're taking advantage of getting more 2-dice blocks, which are statistically the best type of blocks. Well, I guess 3-dice blocks, but it shows you how to set up your blocks to maximize their efficiency. That, and then after you're done reading that, the 1,000 Loss playbook is a good resource. Oh no, he failed to go for it. Don't roll another one. Okay. Whew. He has had some bad dice. Yeah, Onigoku is another person in our league here. So yeah, if you're just playing against the computer right now, it's a good way to learn the nuts and bolts and strategy of the game, but you don't get better playing against computer. Computer's not that good. So yeah, talk to Onigoku here. He can recommend some leagues for whatever time zone you play in. Onigoku is who I will be playing on Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time. For our semifinal game, the winner of our game will go on to play the winner of this game. Alright, let me switch view again. I like having the offense on my side. Yeah, there are some good newbie leagues. The Reddit Blood Bowl League has some good newbie leagues. I mean, you're always welcome to look into joining our USA Bloodweiser Soda Pop League. We have some more experienced coaches, though, but we'd all be willing to help you. The best part of the game, the thing that keeps me playing, is the role-playing, leveling up aspect of it, which you don't, kicking team so he gets perfect defense. You don't really get that in just friendly one-off games. So, I mean, definitely it's great that, having a friend to play and learn the game with. But definitely check out those resources I mentioned. The Art of Blocking, 1,000 Loss Playbook. Blood Bowl, bbtactics.com is a great resource. And our podcast. If you listen to podcasts, if that's something you're interested in, look up 2-Dice Uphill. And we have 21 episodes where we talk about, we try to talk about different strategy discussions every episode. other good podcasts out there, but obviously we're the best because it's us. Follow us on Facebook. I post on here or on Twitter whenever I'm going live with this Twitch stream. Feel free to follow me. I don't talk as much when I am playing my own games. I'll still be streaming on Friday, but I probably won't be able to offer as much insight. I mostly talk about what I'm thinking about, what I'm doing, why I'm doing what I'm doing. A lot of times when I'm really analyzing things, like, do I do this? Do I do that? It might get a little more quiet than hear me just commenting on another game. All right. So perfect defense obviously did not help the Dark Elves. Norse now have 5 turns to score. Okay, set up that frenzy, got a POW. Kind of want to go look at the KO box. No KOs for the Norse, just their 1 injured lineman. Casualty box looking a little worse for the Elves over here. And they've already used their APO. The Norse still have 2 apothecaries and a bribe. But the USA Bloodweiser League is a good league. That's what this game is in and what we'll be playing in on Friday. Goblin, GOBBLN, is a high quality league. There's the Reddit Blood Bowl League, which I have not played in but have heard good things about. And I think they have a newbie league. I think there is a Twitch Blood Bowl League. And he is out of time. Are you going to pick up the ball? There you go. Oh! What do? Do you use the reroll? You use a reroll. Alright. Both players are down to 1 reroll. Honestly, I don't consider it high till like 1800. I consider 1500 to be mid-level. So what these 2 teams are playing at, I believe the Dark Elves are 1600 and the Norse are 1400. I'd consider that a mid-level match. I wouldn't start considering it high until... Oh man, he failed another dodge, another one. Yeah, until you start getting to 17, 18, 2 million. I actually run a tournament here in Austin. Most tournaments actually run around 1100 to 1300 for their team value for the tournaments. I have one that I run in January, the Saturday of the Super Bowl. Well, I guess it could be February, depending on when the Super Bowl is. 1750 team value, but caveat being you have to include a star player in your build. So it really is more like the 1500 level because most star players are going to run you about 200, 250k. Okay, so Blitzen with his stab, and he rolled a 3. So that did not work out. That did. Just a stun, but when you're down this many guys, every little bit helps. Yeah, this is so the mid value. Most teams start feeling like they have a decent amount of skills around this level. Most of my line elves right now have on my wood elf team have a skill. You know, I have 2 or 3 skills in some of the positionals. If you want a big guy on your team, you usually have it by around this level if you didn't start with it. Bretonnians are fun though. You need all 4 knights, all 4 blitzers. Then you don't necessarily need all the yeomen. I actually think Fend spam is a good thing on the peasants. I almost felt like I was better at the lower levels when I had 5 or 6 peasants on the field. The Fend just would frustrate some opponents. Just don't let them follow up on blocks. Of course, with armor 7, if they knock you down, very likely going out. But no, I had a lot of fun playing them. Actually, what I would do is, so keep Fend on, well, all the linemen or peasants all start with Fend, then take sidestep on all the knights. Stop doing 1-die blocks, what's wrong with you? Like I said, block against no block, a 1-die block isn't actually that bad, but he takes a lot of risk with his block. Anyway, sidestep on all the knights and then stand firm on all the yeomen after you get guard. Makes it very frustrating for your opponent. Well, Fend also cancels Frenzy. So, actually might be good against this Norse team. Just not letting them follow up for that second block. Or if they're going to hit into a Frenzy trap where you know they're going to end up with 2 dice uphill on the second block, you let them. See, again, he's not paying attention to his Frenzy, or he's not paying attention to sidestep. Because that was against a Blodge player with sidestep. You do not want to do 2 dice uphill there. Alright. Do you blitz with the assassin here? I don't know about that. This guy doesn't have dodge. He just has block and dauntless. I would probably blitz with this blitzer right here. Unless you want to try to get the wrestle over there, which 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, you can't do it. You would have had to do it with this guy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, you could have got there. You would have had to make some bad dodges. Probably not worth it. Yeah, oh, is he not blitzing? I wouldn't have moved him over there yet. I would have waited to see where the ball bounces. Got him. No dodge. Okay. I mean, that ended up working out really well for him. I might even move in there and try to pick that up right now. Oh, no! Oh my god, so many ones. He has rolled so many ones. Oh, man. And a KO, adding injury to insult. You get 2 dice up here. This guy can come over and get the ball now because it's not a tackle zone. Ugh. You don't want to hit with the Yeti right now. That could be disastrous because that blitzer has block. You want to save that for after you've secured the ball. Okay. I guess you stand him up and blitz now? Okay, or blitz with him and pick up with that runner. He's trying to get... Man, I think he worries too much about star player points. Because I think he really wants to score with this runner to get him a level up. I mean, it works. I would have done things a little differently, but it works. And he has blocked, so... Oh, it goes out of bounds! Oh, wow. Whew, okay, alright. Well, we had some bad luck for the Dark Elves, now we had some bad luck for the Norse. I still think it's a little... Now, that ball is in the influence of the Yeti, but does not affect pickups. It only affects catch, intercept, and pass. So you can't pick it up and pass from this square without the Yeti giving you a -1, but you can pick it up, move out, and be fine. Okay, moving him down to scoring position. I guess you're going to pick up with this guy, although you're dodging away from tackle. Hope you don't roll a 1. Again, don't pass from this square, though. Pay attention to disturbing presence. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing here. Because you don't want to throw from this square. So I guess you can move here with 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you... Oh, man. Yeah, and then I guess you do a short pass instead of a quick pass down here. No! Another 1. Another 1. Oh, I can't wait to look at these dice after the game. Well, the Norse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they can't score. Oh, they can because it's their turn 15. Okay, so that was smart. He went and got somebody down in scoring range. And that was smart here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You'll have to go for it. Hope you don't roll a 1. Actually, both of them are 6. You have to do 2 go-fors to score. Without a reroll. Alright, so... Man. That's... a series of unfortunate events. Hi, Fargo. Go lay down. Yeah, Onigoku was asking if the numbers were making the difference. I just responded that rolling 1s was making the difference. Oh man! All right. So we got the ball. Now, I mean, he does have to do a 3+ handoff next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I lied. He has to do a 2+ go for it. failed to go for it and got injured. Another one. I will definitely be looking at, and that's, I mean, he rolls a 2+. Unless he rolls a 1 this game, you can't mess around with any blocks now. You just need to run up there. 1, 2, 3. Oh! Oh, man! He fell! Overtime! We're going into overtime. Wow! Wow! You all came in for, wow, an interesting game. Those last 4 or 5 turns were horrible. I know, Fargo. I know. Hi. I know. That was amazing, huh? Wow. It was some tough luck for both sides. Both sides had chances to score and kept rolling ones. Woo. That's some exciting stuff. Alright. Well, got some free Blood Bowl. Oh, wow. Neither of them have any rerolls. You don't get any extra rerolls for overtime. Now, overtime does very much benefit the team that receives. So, especially with that and the numbers advantage, I'm giving the advantage to the Norse right here for overtime. But Elves are Elves. If he stops rolling ones, he could Serlin's Dark Elves could easily still win this game. So many injuries, though. That's 5 injuries. Oh, that's 3 injuries and 2 deaths. And only an injury and a KO to the Norse. Oof. All right. Get the ref. So, an extra bribe, which if helps anybody, it helps the Norse. They never even use their bribe. Does he? And he still has his dirty player there. I don't see Serlin wanting to foul much. His Dark Elves are worth more than the Norse. You're gonna blitz dodge, blitz with the tackle skill if you have it. Alright, I'm thinking he kicked up so that he could take advantage of a blitz if needed. Kicking back might have been a better option. Well, no, the Norse aren't that slow. They're about as fast as you, so... This has been a rough game, mostly for the Dark Elves. This is kick player. So another KO. And yet another one. Alright, let's see if the Dark Elves can take advantage of this. They're down a lot of players right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Well, 6 if you include the stunned. And then, I don't know what you do here. Do you try to blitz through with this guy? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'd be 3 tackle zones. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. And you have dodge, but they have tackle, so you don't get the automatic reroll. I just dodge him away and bring him over here. Oh, yeah. No, that makes sense too. Actually, that's smart. I wasn't thinking about that. Oh, but then that was not smart. His other agility 5 is injured, loses a point of armor value. He came into this game with 2 agility 5 blitzers. One of them has died and the other one has lost armor now. This team is being devastated this game. You know what? I really want the Dark Elves to win, because if I beat Onigoku on Friday, I would much rather be playing this Dark Elf team than the Norse with all their tackle. Especially now that they won't have those 2 agility 5s. Oh man. This is a lot more fun when it's not happening to me. Nice. Shadowing. Cool. Shadowing allows, if you're next to a player and you have the shadowing skill, if they move, they have to roll to see whether or not you follow them. Picks up the ball that time. Hi. Hi, Fargo. I know, we went in overtime. You're not used to this taking that long. I know. Alright, he can cage up pretty well now. I wouldn't have done that go for it. Guess he's kind of making a screen instead of a cage. Alright. And the foul. Dead. His guard, line elf, is dead. I don't know how, but this Dark Elf team needs to pull off this game somehow. That's who I'm rooting for. Oh man, look at that casualty box. Three deaths, 4 injuries, a KO. Yeah, that's what I would have done. Game's pretty much over. I just run it up the side. I mean, yeah, take your hits, but then foul. I mean, he could pitch clear him. No, why? Why would you do that? Okay, yes, he's 3 away from a star player point, or I mean, I would not have risked that. Even with the Elves only having 4 players on the pitch, I would not have risked that. But the game's over now. Norse. My arse is freezing. It's going to win this game. He might take another hit or 2 to try to get some casualty points. Nope. Just going to go score. Alright. Well, that was exciting. Alright, so heading to the finals will be the number 2 seed. My arse is freezing. Let's see. An injured lineman gets the MVP there. One of his blitzers gets the MVP. Slanesh only had the ball for 5% of the time, compared to 57%. 70 blocks. 70. A lot better in the star player point department. Alright, let's look at these rolls. Wow. That's actually not as many ones as I was expecting. That was just a lot of dice rolls. They just came at the bad times, apparently. Let's look at this. Dodge is 74%. Going for it, 71%. I mean, he was above average in waking up after KOs. 75% pickups, 33% passes, 0% catches. This is all way below average for an agility 4 team. Except for the wake up after KO. Yeah. So obviously he rolled the 4, 5s, and 6s when they didn't matter. My arse is freezing. I mean, only 13 ones. So if we add up these bottom 3 here, that'd be 50 compared to what, 51. So it's not horrible. I mean, that's pretty average. I mean, this is fairly average too. It's just his rolls came at bad times, because they came when he was trying to. I wish there was a way to see what these rolls were, not including injury and casualty rolls, what the dice were. Let's go to block dice. 14 skulls to 9 pows, 15 both down to 6 stumbles. This is bad. That's 29 to 15. My arse is freezing, 26 to 24, 17 to 31 defender stumbles. So 55 to 43. The dice were in favor of the Norse. The Dark Elves had their chances, it's just they rolled 1s. Alright, let's go ahead. So my Breeze Softly Wood Elf teams will be playing Onigoku's Warpstone FC, and the winner will go on to face My Arse is Freezing. Let's go take a look at his team now. Can I do it there? Teams, there we go. He must have already picked his skills. Let's see. Because I know the runner leveled up. The runner leveled up and got doubles. So he took guard. I can't argue with that. You need guard on the Norse team. Yeah. That's a decent skill choice. Did anybody else level up? 9-6. Already leveled up. That guy already had that skill. Yeah, no, I think that was the only person to level up that game. He has nobody missing next game. This is going to be a tough matchup for whoever wins between Onigoku and I. He just has so much tackle, which helps against my elves. It helps against his goblins. Two mighty blow. The claw doesn't really matter against me because most of my team is armor 7. Guard hurts. The dirty player hurts. And now he's at 1450 team value. All right, well, that was a very exciting game. I would have been furious if I was Serlin. That Dark Elf team rolled horribly at horrible times. So many ones on dodges and go for it and catches. And then not just that, but his 2 agility 5 players are dead and injured now. I still need to pick the skill for my Lion Elf that leveled up last game. If you would like to vote on this, go find 2 Dice Uphill on Twitter, and you can vote for the skill. Block, dodge, wrestle, or kick. I will be streaming Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time. If you like this stream, please follow. If you would like to find more 2 Dice Uphill content, I put our stuff up on YouTube. I will put our podcast there eventually, but you can find our podcast right now wherever podcasts are found. Generally iTunes, it's on SoundCloud, it's on Player FM, all that stuff. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter. If you want to email us at 2diceuphill@gmail.com. I think that's about it. That was an exciting game. Please join us on Friday if you can. And I will see you all later. This has been 2 Dice Uphill, the Blood Bowl podcast, just hoping for a push.